That ain't my baby. You thought I was slipping, but this pimping, that ain't my baby. When we slid in them covers, I threw on that rubber, that ain't my baby. No, pull out game way too strong. What do you take me for? You think I'm crazy, but that ain't my 2 shots for Julia, I had to know ya. I'm glad I didn't waste no time. I can figure out what you like. Be much like you taking me home tonight. And you showing out in that under outfit. Looking all bad, looking real thick. Got you twirling those curls, really want it. Come and let me give it to you. Take you good on me for nice, but I'm too focused. I'm the side nigga and I know it. Now you texting me, you're pretty gonna be joking. So if it's my baby, I'll take care of that. Women run the game and I'm aware of that. I know I put you good on that night. Drunk enough fuck up my life. That ain't my baby. You thought I was slipping, but this pimping, that ain't my baby. When we slid in them covers, I threw on that rubber, that ain't my baby. Nah, pull out game way too strong. What do you take me for? You think I'm crazy, but that ain't my baby. It was just some late night sex, tryna be a lifetime stress. I was strapped with the latex, I think I need a DNA test. You was just some late night sex, tryna be a lifetime stress. Strapped up with the latex, I just got my DNA test, girl, that ain't my baby. You thought I was slipping, but this pimping, that ain't my baby. When we slid in them covers, I threw on that rubber, that ain't my baby. No, pull out game way too strong. What do you take me for? You think I'm crazy, but that ain't my baby, yeah. That ain't my baby. You thought I was slipping, but this pimping, that ain't my baby. When we slid in them covers, I threw on that rubber, that ain't my baby. No, pull out game way too strong. What do you take me for? You think I'm crazy, but that ain't my 2 shots for Julia, I had to know ya. I'm glad I didn't waste no time. I can figure out what you like. Be much like you taking me home tonight.
Look at me shine, I'm on the grind, handling mines, I get it for real. Taking my time, make up my mind, then I go get it. How does it feel? Came in the bottom, straight out the mud. Nigga, I came up with nothing. Niggas was hating, niggas was doubting, now I'm just pushing their buttons. Look at me shine, I'm on the grind, handling mines, I get it for real. Taking my time, make up my mind, then I go get it. How does it feel? Came in the bottom, straight out the mud. Nigga, I came up with nothing. Niggas was hating, niggas was doubting, now I'm just pushing their buttons. And I hated it since like forever, my nigga, what's all of the fuss for? You see me shining, I know that you watching, you stay on my page, so you must know. Someone told me my Durango was ugly, like why I got dents in the front though. But then a week later I saw the same nigga, but they was still waiting on the bus though. How ironic, I'm shining on them, never stop, I keep grinding on them. My girl ex probably hate my guts, now her ring got blue and white diamonds on them. Hell yeah, niggas plotting on me, but my son spoiled rotten, homie. And that mean you come at me, you gon' need a freezer, not a doctor, homie. But back to the car, fuck it, it run, I just don't look at the mileage. I don't be talking, niggas be negative, I just be moving in silence. It's my time to shine, so I wanna talk about something that's other than violence. Like how about the fact, I'm young and I'm black and I'm about to graduate college. Hell no, they don't like that. A young nigga on the right track, they just wanna see the gun on me. You could call that an ice pack. If you don't like it, just keep it moving. Now we could call that a life hack. I knew I was a diamond in the rough. Now you could catch me where the lights at, nigga, look at me shine. I'm on the grind, handling mines, I get it for real. Taking my time, make up my mind, then I go get it. How does it feel? Came from the bottom, straight out the mud. Nigga, I came up from nothing. Niggas was hating, niggas was doubting, now I'm just pushing their buttons. Look at me shine, I'm on the grind, handling minds, I get it for real. Taking my time, make up my mind, then I go get it. How does it feel? Came from the bottom, straight out the mud. Nigga, I came up from nothing. Niggas was hating, niggas was doubting. Now I'm just pushing they buttons. I never run, I got a son, and I got one more on the way. I gotta make it, cause these little niggas gon' need me to show them the way. So every beat and at every show, I'm tryna blow them away. My pops wasn't shit, cause he chose to leave, but I'm never going away. Hey, we a family, that's team shit. I set it up so they don't need shit. I might never make the Forbes list, but I'm about to make the Dean's list. Drugs ruined everything around me, it's probably why I never dreamed shit. I guess a nigga grew up so. I think my mama was a seamstress. And back in the day, teachers would clown me, they used to tell me I'm hood. Now when somebody got something to tell me, I'm just gonna tell them I'm good. Cause niggas been hating, they see the movement, I always knew they was watching. I could go on a run or throw it away, but I always knew I had options. Stay independent, be a producer, or should I go for a deal? Whatever passage leads me to money, cause I'm kinda short of a meal. Wake up in the morning, look in the mirror like, damn, do you know how this feels? I started with nothing, but look at me now, so tell them the glow up is real. Like, look at me shine, I'm on the grind, handling minds, I get it for real. Taking my time, make up my mind, then I go get it. How does it feel? Came from the bottom, straight out the mud. Nigga, I came up from nothing. Niggas was hating, niggas was doubting, now I'm just pushing they buttons. Look at me shine, I'm on the grind, handling minds, I get it for real. Taking my time, make up my mind, then I go get it. How does it feel? Came from the bottom, straight out the mud. Nigga, I came up from nothing. Niggas was hating, niggas was doubting, now I'm just pushing they buttons.
All right, let me get that right there. We need some of this pregame music real quick. If you can hear me in the back, everybody give me a thumbs up. All right, I got you. The voice over the music is perfect, right? Or should I turn the music down a little bit? Get a thumbs up. I see one thumbs up. I see one. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Easy on the Eyes podcast. Go ahead, pull up, spark up. It's the worldwide fashion news right here. Today we got brother Tavon Wilson in the building. We're going to interview him from Baltimore, Maryland. Big up to everybody that's participating. Like this, share it on your Facebook, your Instagram channel. Let me go ahead and run it down real quick. I want to say shout out to all my sponsors, to the sponsors. What you hear in the background is Major Music Underground. And those guys 25 and up, what you heard, It Ain't My Baby, out of Oklahoma. Big up to CJ Ice with the show intro. Look at me now. We got big things happening coming up next Sunday. Next Sunday we'll be at, let me see, just throw this up here, throw the banner up here real quick. We have an adult prom coming up October the 15th at the Sheridan out here in Oklahoma City. And we pre-gaming for that next week. We'll be here for the cookout. 2022 OKC Adult Prom Cookout. And that'll be out there at the park. Let me see what that's the right address. My bad. I can't even see it. The address is on the fly. I'm going to pull it up so I can read it. It's too small for me to see it right there. I don't even know my computer, so my bad, y'all. But it's at the park here to October 5th. Next Sunday, July 25th. We will be there. July 24th, we will be there from noon to 3. So come out, get your burgers, bring your kids. It is kid-friendly. Brought to you by Onyx Entertainment. Brother James Williams and our sports outlook will be here, and the chef will be here next week. Next week as we go live. Let me see. This week was a good week for us. It was a good week for us. Things is prospering. Things is very prosperous. Let me see what else I got going on. Dee not here yet. She just texted me and said she'll be here in a few seconds. I want to say my condolences to Jazz. Like I said, she lost her sister last week. So big up to Jazz. She won't be joining us today. Chad came up with that flu, so he won't be here. May he hurry up and get well, brother. We need you back here next week. Hope to see you here. All right. So what I'm gonna do things different this week. I'm gonna bring up the brother Tavon now. Let me turn this volume down real quick. Let's see. What's up, Tavon? What's up? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, family? How you feeling today?
Everything good. Everything is good and lovely. It's prosperous. Can't complain. It's like 100 degrees outside. It's nice and sunny out here. How's the weather back at home? How's the weather in Beaver?
It's hot as I don't know what, but we keep getting rain, man. It's quite the rainiest summer we had in a long time, man.
Right, so it's a little muggy then, huh?
Yeah, it's been muggy for like day on. It's muggy stuff. You know, the grind continues.
Right. And you know what? I don't miss that since I've been out here in the Midwest. It be hot, but it's a different heat though. It's 100 degrees, but it's a breeze about 6 miles per hour constantly. So it's hot. It ain't that step out your car. And you break into a cold sweat type heat. It ain't that humidity like in Maryland, that heat coming off that water. So that's one thing I definitely don't miss. I don't miss
Absolutely.
Don't miss that. How was your week?
Oh man, everything is everything, bro. I never do no complaining, man. My week was grand. Trying to come up with new ideas, trying to keep things going. As you see, you know, I'm inside the shop right now, just knocking out some last minute things, doing a couple of jobs for other people and stuff like that. So I'm trying to keep everything going.
Okay. So you guys open on Sundays?
No, I will take appointments and I will come in here and work on Sundays.
Okay.
Not open, but if you want to come through, you can always give me a call. I mean, I got the key to the door. You there? So I crack that open whenever, you know what I mean?
Right. So I see. So you said you're in the store. Let's talk fashion show bit. So what made you get into fashion? How'd you start?
Oh man. Well, I tell you what. I always start off with this leeway. It never was about fashion for me, to be honest. It was about originality. And I'm gonna say back in like 2002, between 2002 and 2010, I was wearing my own like little logo. It was just a logo for me, just something I wanted to be different from everybody. And it took like about, you know, a good 2 or 3 years for people to start catching on. And they was just seeing me wear it so consistently, like no matter where I was at, I had that logo on. And it always matched my sneakers. And because of that, I guess the consistency of it, you know how Maryland, you know how Baltimore is. We see something enough, we'll follow right along with it. If you know what I mean, if it's dope enough. And so originality has always just been the key. And so, you know, people kept asking me, let me get one. And it was never my dream, man, to actually start an actual brand. It was never my dream to open a store or any of that. But it just kind of opportunity. Well, I didn't want to waste it. I didn't want to waste the chance. I didn't want to waste the opportunity. So as far as my brand goes, deem yourself king, deem yourself queen, all positive messages. Just something, you know, something to raise the pride of us on us. You know what I mean? So, you know, at the end of the day, it was a no-brainer when the opportunity came about. You know, I bought all my equipment, hands-on learning, paying for tutorship, all that kind of stuff, man. And yeah, but it was never about the fashion. And the one thing that I can say, fashion that kept me tied into it was, man, I'm telling you, my shtick is matching up. You know what I mean? You send me a pair of sneakers, you send me a hat, you know what I mean? You send me something to match up with that joint, Now, when I get that joint, why sometimes I be in here by myself, I be getting my groove like, yo, I killed that.
Right. So you make what? T-shirts, sweatsuits? What type of apparel you put up?
Man, I do it all, bro. T-shirts, sweatsuits, shorts, you name it, man. I'm kind of opening up the doors to all kinds of apparel, man. Only thing I haven't actually jumped into was kids apparel as of yet. So some of my stuff I do is manufactured. I got some stuff manufactured from overseas, and but I'm gonna say about a good 85% of the stuff you see, I make this stuff myself. You know what I mean? I got my own embroidery machines. I do vinyl as well. I do sublimation as well. And man, it's all about just trying to grow, just trying to learn more attributes to this business. Because I mean, you know, you never know how far this can go. It's just a matter of the right person seeing it, the right person wearing it, and you know, making the right handshakes, man. And this stuff can go far.
Right. I see. Is that bicycles you got in there?
Yeah. I actually, shoot, man. Like I say, man, I'm a hustler, brother.
Right.
So at the end of the day, man, I got a lot of friends that ride bikes. Got a lot of bike groups going on in Baltimore. Bicycling has been a major craze as for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So that was a no-brainer. I linked up with the manager of this company, and they're pretty nice, man. Alloys, aluminum, real lightweight. Each one comes with a phone holder. So man, you know, I'm a hustler, bro. You know how Baltimore is, man.
Right.
You know, you gotta have more than one hustle. You know what I mean? Even if it's all under the same roof, you gotta have more than one hustle, man. So yeah, I do it all, man. Anything I can do to keep the doors open. Absolutely.
So you be out there riding the bikes?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I get out there, man. I ride. I got 2 bikes myself. Actually 3 now that I bought one of these myself, and that's how I got in touch with the manager to see how the business, you know, how we could do some business together. I'm not a huge rider. I will go out and do 12 miles. You know what I mean? That's been my max thus far. I don't do like competition or nothing like that. So I mean, you know, get out there with a homeboy and stay hydrated type of thing.
Good for the exercise. Good for the heart. So how long you been? When did you start your company?
Say it one more time.
When did you start your company?
You said construction?
No, when did you start your company?
So, registered in 2015.
Okay.
And man, I've just been going ever since, man. I'm gonna tell you, I bought myself a vinyl cutter. And I'll tell you exactly how I started. I was getting these shirts made for years, man, years and years and years. And down at Mondawmin Mall. And one day, the dude, I went in there like I normally do, was like, man, hey, I need, you know, gave him 3 shirts. I always take my own shirts. Dude was like, man, I gotta raise the price on you. That was it. That was the end of it. That was the end of our relationship and the beginning of Duke Boyz Apparel. And I went and I looked over his shoulder, seen the name on the machine, man. Googled it. I mean, hey, I ain't dog. I feel like this, man. The end of 6 or 7 years, actually closer to 10 years of me, you know, I'm talking like at least 300, 400 shirts, no exaggeration. You were my closet. Like, I don't wear nothing else. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, to kind of blindside me like that just threw me for a loop. And so, man, I went on and bought me, actually, I bought 2 vinyl cutters, 2 heat press. And, man, I just been practicing until I got it right. In fact, this is the first shirt I made, the joint there, the first shirt I made that I got right.
Okay.
And man, shoot, it was no turning back after that, bro. It was no turning back, man. And you know, I ain't missing no bills, I ain't missing no meals, man. Thank God for support. Thank God for friends. And you know, like I said, life is grand, man. It's more, to me, it's more about the message. You know what I mean? It's more about getting the message out there to people.
And you said it says your brand stands for again, so people can know?
So it's Duke Boyz Apparel, D-U-K, Boyz Apparel, and D-U-K. The acronym is Deem Yourself King. And of course, you know, deem yourself king, deem yourself king. Of course, the women going to eventually ask for a queen line. So I, you know, had to come up with a deem yourself queen line as well. And that's what it's all about for me, man. And, you know, ultimately, it's about being the best you. You know what I mean? We out here, we all know it's a lot of capping out here. It's a lot of gods out here. But right. You know, at the end of the day, man, all you can do is really just be the best you that you can be. You know what I mean? And you know, you got to see the value in you before anybody else is going to see it. You know what I mean? And it was the ultimate stab against calling ourselves niggas. You know what I mean? That to me was key. It's just like, you know, we'll call ourselves niggas real easy, man. And you know, deem yourself of value, man. Deem yourself king. Don't deem yourself a nigga. I deem myself a king. You know what I mean? Black history started before slavery. You know what I'm saying? So for me, those types of notes always stood out in my mind. So when we was educated in school, we was only educated as far as the slavery go. You know what I mean? It wasn't a whole lot of talk about black kings, black emperors, all that kind of stuff, man. And you know, that to me leaves a lot of people with just the mindset of thinking that they come from slavery. You know what I mean? So I mean, you know, a lot of people don't resonate with that message. But you know, at the end of the day, man, listen, it's about raising the value of you, for you. You know what I mean? In you, about you, all that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, I ain't the king of Baltimore. I'm the king of my property. I'm the king of my castle. I'm the king of anything that involves me, that I'm down with, that I'm pushing. You know what I mean? Right. Everybody's a king, man. Everybody's a queen. You doing what you got to do to be the best you. You putting forth your best effort, your best foot forward. Hey, man, that's king material. That's king stuff. You know what I mean? So I just try to keep it, you know, real positive. Try to keep it real encouraging.
King of your domain.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, man. There's too many of us out here that, you know what I'm saying, we take that head of household title too far. And meanwhile, you know what I mean, we ain't got as much as you know what I mean? We ain't doing nothing to be positive out here. We ain't raising our kids right. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff, man. You got to see the value in you so that other people can see it. If you don't see it in you first, ain't nobody else going to see it. You can't just cap about it. That's something you can't fake. Work ethic can't be fake. You know what I mean? You can shine all day long. You can get all the Gucci, you can shine all day long. But if you ain't doing the right things as far as being a man, being a king about yours, it's going to show. It's eventually going to come about.
And one thing, we need more kings because the village is no more right now. The way that I feel,
bro. You preaching right now.
Growing up, the saying was it took a village to raise us. Now I can't even see a village.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Right now, you know, it's the worst part about the village right now, man, is the village is being held hostage, man. The village is actually being held hostage, man, by the native nephews and grandparents. You know what I mean? Our grandparents, our grandkids can't even go out front in peace because the nephews and the older grandkids, they running them up. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's because us as men, like, yo, honestly, it's the way society is right now is a lot of our generation fault. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We allowed our system. This is our time to run the earth. This is our time to own this earth, man. We supposed to be the leaders, the kings, the OGs, you know what I mean, the unks, all of that. We supposed to be that right now. This is our generation's time, and we just allowed that to run them up.
And not even before we allowed them to run them up, we ran them up. You know, and not too many people. It was our generation was wild, and not too many of us together sitting on the other side to give back and giving back to the community and making sure that, you know what I mean? So I feel you totally when you say it's our fault, but I say before even raising them, just for us being men, like you said, being accountable and being the king, having some pride in yourself. It's too many of us out there that don't give a fuck.
Bro,
and I was one of them for a long period of time.
I see dudes our age, older than us, man, that's following the trends that the kids under us bringing out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that right there tells you, you know what I'm saying, that we ain't even take the time to inherit the earth the way we were supposed to. So even though we ran amok, I feel like this: if I came up in a society where I already experienced mishaps, I already experienced the melee, then I'd be foolish to let my child run through the same stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like this. I say, it's not your fault if they don't listen. It is your fault if they didn't hear you, though. You know what I mean? If you never put that out there, if you never gave any advice, if you never taught, never put those notions in their mind of doing the right thing, hey, what do you think they're gonna do? You know what I mean? They had to, this is why kids that are in households, that live in households where they eating good and they got good lives, are still saying that parents ain't do nothing for them. You know what I mean? You got kids out here that got a good bed to live in and all that, man. But you see them on the internet all day long, man. The struggle is real. I had to correct my kid one time, like, listen, man, you don't be out here talking about struggle was real, bro. You know, you ain't see no struggle. Right, my mother made sure I ain't see no struggle. I made sure you ain't see no struggle. So what struggle you talking about? You know what I mean? Sometimes our kids, man, and then again, it's not about them, it's about us. But we have to install that legacy inside of them to understand, man, listen, man, it's one thing to go through the struggle and survive the struggle, but it's really smart, it's really wise to not even have to go through the God, to avoid the struggle all the way around. Right. So, you know, it's full throttle, man, when it's time for us to step up and stand our ground, man. At the end of the day, bro, we the kings, man. We are, it's our earth right now. We supposed to be inheriting this joint, stepping loudly. That's just my mindset, though. You did? I ain't judging nobody else. I'm just saying from my mind.
You're absolutely correct, because that was the purpose of the move, that we moved out here to Oklahoma. You know, my brother and I, we moved out here, just opportunity knocked, and we moved. And happy to be out here trying to make a difference. Not trying, but making a difference out here. Yeah. It was a no-brainer when they said Black Wall Street, because my mind was already there. That it took a while for me to get to that point, being from B-More, you know, understanding the struggle. And my parents made sure we ain't struggled. But shit, I went outside and lived like we did. Exactly. You know, and it was just the mentality.
Exactly, bro. You know? Exactly. That's exactly my point.
But I'm glad that, and I know it's other brothers like that, it's like me, but I'm glad I was able to realize at an early age that, hey, it's on me. My community on me. Yeah. You know, it's my family. My family is on me now. We the OGs of the family. They got to tell a family history and all of that. So once I realized that I wanted better, and I wanted better for my child, and my children, and my community, my brothers, my nephews, you know, it's like you said, if they don't listen, it's on us. I mean, it's on, you know, if they don't hear us, it's on us. Yeah. Right? If they don't listen, it's on them. Yeah. I'm more so like, just let them see it.
Exactly, bro. Right. That's why I was walking, man. I do these walks with the group of men called We Are Us. I like to mention them, man. Shout out to them, man. 10K Power. These guys have been standing strong, man, walking the streets, just engaging with the community, man, engaging with anybody they see, giving jobs, giving rehab, you name it, man. Anything you need, these brothers have a resource for me. Their heads are employed throughout the mayor's office and all that kind of stuff. So they got all the resources, man. Giving out free food, clothes, you name it, man. These guys are out here engaging the streets because at the end of the day, we can't wait for the government. You know what I mean? We can't wait for nobody to say, "Come on, man." Ain't nobody say that. How old you is, bro?
I'm 40. I'll be 49 this year. Ain't nobody coming to save us.
Ain't nobody coming to save us. I'm 47. Ain't nobody coming now.
So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's on us, right? I mean, we know what the government is and what it is, right? So we the ones supposed to form our union and form our voice. You understand what I'm saying? Sitting at the table. People ain't like Kanye, right? I just like the fact that he went there and said what he wanted to say. They don't even understand what he went up there for. He went up there for criminal reform.
Right.
You know, he went up there for that. So to be up there, what Jay-Z and everybody else doing, he went to the president. When he thought that he could get to. You understand what I'm saying? So it's on us making moves and doing things. Not saying you got to move like him, and you understand what I'm saying, but just in our community, just in our community alone. Like for me, I'm not there. I'm out here in Oklahoma now, but I see for the last 2 weeks, it's the Squeegee Boys going on. Right?
Yeah,
that's everything that's going on with that. And I'm trying to tell people, you know what I mean? I see people saying, yeah, I respect their hustle and doing this. And I'm telling them, would you let your kids do that? So why would you, if not, why would you glorify it and want somebody else's child to do it? You know what I'm saying? If your child came to my house, I ain't telling them to do shit that I'll tell my children to do. And I don't tell them to do nothing dumb, nothing wrong. Yes, you understand what I'm saying?
I'll ask this, man. I say to mothers, would you date a guy that told you he was that led off when he was a squeegee with you? I would ask a mother, would you date a guy that says to you, his source of income is you get out there and hustle by squeegee windows? And if you wouldn't, then why would you let your son do it? At the end of the day, not only that, man, these guys ain't kids, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you more than 50% of the squeegee workers, they over 18. No, they over 18, bro. They big, man.
I know they are, but I gave them 16, right? And even at 16, that's too big for me. You understand? That's too old. You can get a job.
Man, these guys, man, I'm gonna tell you, man. Officers have gave their input, and the average person they're engaging with is over 18 years old.
18 years old, right?
Over
and that's
18.
That's not smart, and that's what I'm telling people. That's encouraging it all day long on the post. I know they be getting mad at me. I don't care, really. Yeah, man, because they need to hear it. Like, yo, why we encourage dumb shit? Like, that's not.
I feel like this though, right? If I can say I'm proud of your hustle, I can respect your hustle, I would also be proud of your work ethic if you went and got a job. Because, you know, at the end, hey, listen, man, I tell people a lot, man, Walmart pays more than what I could pay. Walmart pays $17, $16 an hour now, $15 an hour minimum now.
Right.
McDonald's pay $14, $15 an hour now. Wawa, right. I think Wawa work today, pay today now. So the reason you're going to continue to do this hustle is because there's no structure, there's no standards, there's no restriction. You see what I'm saying? And you can be disrespectful at any given point in time. You can still be Negro, nigga. You know what I mean? I try to avoid the N-word, but you can still be that guy. And that, you know, it doesn't help. It doesn't help because one day you're gonna have to stop that, and you're still not gonna have no work ethic. You're still not gonna have no experience, no standards about where you're gonna be able to make it in the real world. So
you gotta know how to adapt. You gotta know how to, and that's what we need to be teach. That's what we need to bring to our boys, our young boys. Yeah, I mean, we know how to survive out here now. Now we got to teach them how to survive and be better at it than we were.
A man gonna eat, and the king gonna make sure his family eat. I feel like this, man. When I was managing, I was assistant manager at Walmart for like 7 years. I used to have, you know, these types of conversations with the unloaders and all that. I used to tell them, man, look at life like a company picnic. And when you enter the picnic, on your left-hand side is all of the unloaders and the store workers and the stockers. And on your right-hand side is the presidents and the managers and the CEOs of the company. If you can't navigate that whole room, you're doomed. You got to be able to turn it off and turn it on. If you can't turn it off and turn it on, you're doomed, bro.
Right.
You're doomed. Your ladder don't have all the steps on it that it needs, because you can't navigate the side of the room where it even takes a conversation to spark.
To make you happy. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I just tell them all the time. I said, bro, listen, you think I'm trying to be higher than you, but I'm a man. I was a man before I was a manager. I said, man, if you was to Google me or whatever, you would probably see things like, well, damn, how he get this position. But the reality of it is, I don't know. God bless me. And so I'm here giving you these words. You may not listen, but at least I know you hear me. You see what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, man, one day down the line, you're going to wake up and say, hey, Mr. Tavon was right. Either you're going to say that, or maybe you might not. I don't know. You might make it as a rapper. I might be hitting you for an autograph or something. I don't know. But I know one thing. If you can't navigate, I tell everybody, look at life like it's a company picnic. If you cannot navigate both sides of that room, you're doomed, man. You got to be able to navigate both sides of that. You got to be able to turn that tough persona off. You got to be able to turn that education on. Say some words. Present positivity. Present a real confidence about yourself. All of that comes from you having the ability to walk in with your chin up, your chest out, shake a firm handshake, look a person in the eye. Don't try to scare a person by looking them in the eye, but look a person in the eye, because at the end of the day, you want them to take you serious.
Right.
And see, these are the skills, these are the things that man, our youth today, man, they don't even speak when you walk past them. You might walk past and say, hey, what's up, brother? They look at you like you're crazy.
Right.
But you know, I love it. I just keep trying. But
that comes with the attitude that we looking for them to have is really technically what
I
your
lost
brand
audio.
is.
Hold on one second.
Can you hear me though? I can hear you. If you can hear me, leave out and come back in. One second, Trey.
I lost audio.
I can hear you though. You see the chat? Look at the chat. We're gonna get this right real quick. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Hold on
right,
one second. Let me come back to the screen.
I can see you. I could always hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I lost audio. I couldn't hear you. I'm back now. I apologize.
No, you good. So what I was saying was basically what we need men to be and young men to be, it falls back into your brand. Once they understand that we kings and it's a little bit more to us. I mean, they walk with some real pride, then that's when we'll get the walk and the leadership that's needed. Right? We need more people to understand.
Yeah, I think you know, the word king and the word queen has been saturated a lot lately, but honestly, there's a real value in it that I think, you know, has been ignored. Like I say, this hoodie that's behind me right here has a scan bar on it. You scan that, it tells you who this king is, who this Roman emperor was. He's the first black emperor of Rome. The first black emperor of Rome. Now, if that's not enough for that title, think about this. He was the first black emperor of Rome in 193 AD. 193 AD, bro. That was the year he was the first black. So you talking before slavery was even a thought.
Before they say Rome was built.
Right. Right. So think about that. We were black emperors back in times where the beginning of existence, brother. From after death, that's the beginning of existence. So I mean, at the end of the day, you have to understand, first and foremost, you gotta see a value in you. You gotta see a value in you. Or too many of us, men and our youth, they don't see the value in themselves because they haven't. It's not even all about the education piece, but they live in a society where it's nerdy or it's uncool to progress. Everybody want the spoils, everybody want the diamonds, the gold, everybody want all of the reward. But progressing is looked down upon. You get made fun of for doing well in school. You get made fun of for doing your job and getting a raise or getting promoted. You get made fun of. Progress is a dirty word. But everybody want the sport. But you want the fancy car though. You just want that to just drop in your lap. That's because we don't see the value in ourselves, man. You'll be hard pressed to find somebody that you can compliment and say that they are actually a hard worker. Somebody say you're a hard worker, that's a value. You gotta take that. That's not shit, man. That's almost worth taking somebody out to dinner for. What? Your boss said you was a hard worker? Let's go out and get some ice cream. Boy, that's a good job. Right. You know what I mean? You gotta reward them. You gotta make them feel good about stuff like that.
Right. You can hear me, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So, I know for be more purposes, right? It's like the culture is so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
right? It's so I don't give a fuck that it's getting worse and worse. At least back when we was growing up, it was you wanted to be street smart and book smart.
Yeah.
Now you just want to be dumb. I'm whatever.
It's almost cooler. It's almost cooler to not know. It's almost like, you man, I try to ask these parents to just get your kid and just read with them. Man, you got to understand if the news is covering that schools are graduating kids without them actually making the grades, test your kid.
Right.
That's your kid's failure that's in your hands.
You're supposed to teach your kid, not just touch him. You teach him.
Yo, if you know that that's a situation, that's a scenario that's going on in our city, man, and you're not putting a book in front of your child and saying, hey, man, I know you graduated, but listen, do me a favor, read this page for me. And just to hear and just engage with them, talk enough to them to see if they can actually turn off society and be and speak well enough to get a job interview done. Man, listen, man, this is all our fault, man. This is all our fault. Like I say, this is our earth, bro.
I looked at the interview that they did at Fox 45 there, right, with the squeegee kids, and I was sitting there like, and I don't give a fuck. We judge. And I mean, that's what you do. We see
Amen.
He gonna be nice. He not. This is what I think he gonna do. It is what it is. But when I listened to the interview, I was like, damn. That's how you talking, and that's how you speak. That's how you articulate yourself, and the world can see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if I was somebody that wanted to hire you,
yeah,
I'm sitting back looking like, man.
And the crazy part about it is the people who would volunteer would be out of pity.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Why do you want pity? I don't understand that. The things that we're getting out of our government, the things that we're getting from people that's handing us down, it's almost like we want pity. Like, yo, we shouldn't want pity.
We train, the community is trained to accept handouts and to look for handouts.
Yeah, I think we trained to accept it. We trained to have our hand ready to catch whatever handouts they're giving.
We not trained to go get and go build, and we trained to work for somebody else. We trained to, let somebody else come up with something, and we go and get from that.
Absolutely.
If you go back, I recall 15, 20 years coming through with ideas, and homies would be like, all right, well, you go do it and come get me when it's working. Then I do it. That's how most of them do. Then I do it. Once I see you doing it,
then I'll jump on.
Then I'm gonna jump on. Right? Yeah. And I don't even want those type of people around. You know what I mean? It's like, you gotta keep moving. Like, just keep moving, and look for those that want to do. That I wasn't even planning on talking about this, but look for those that want to do though. And we need more that want to do.
I had a homeboy when I first opened this store 2 years ago. I was still only doing vinyl, and I had a homeboy that I have a whole lot of respect for. I hold him high, and we started discussing and doing embroidery. So he was like, I'm about to get this embroidery machine, bop, bop, bop. So my immediate idea was, let's go in together, get a big joint, and and knock out, and it didn't work out with his plan. See, for me, I got an embroidery machine. I ain't gonna just make my brand. I got an embroidery machine. Now, not only am I a brand, I'm also a manufacturer. So I went and got 2 LLCs. Now I got At the Bag Manufacturing, and I got Duke Boyz Apparel. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? At the Bag Manufacturing, that's the legacy. That's what can be passed on to any other family members that need a job, or my kids, if they go out and get jobs and they happen to need income or whatever. That's the legacy. At the Bag Manufacturing. Duke Boyz Apparel, that's my pocket. That's me. That's what I'm gonna live off of. So I feel like, you gotta have more than one hustle. You gotta have more than one grind. And so his idea was he just wanted to only focus on his brand. And that's cool. That's your MO. That's what you want to do. I'm cool with that. But for me, if I got the equipment to actually manufacture, nah. Why am I keep letting people send money overseas?
You cut the middleman out.
Yeah, think about it, man. Like I told you, I've sent money overseas. Now, the shipping damn near costs more than the actual merchandise.
Right.
So if I can cut out the shipping for somebody, and they can walk in the door and see their stuff actually being manufactured, they can pick up their stuff in a week versus versus having to wait 2-3 months for it to be delivered. Oh no, I don't know, but 1 and 2 equals 3. Right. It's simple math. It's simple math. Why would I want to keep letting people send money over?
It's crazy because the same way that you thinking, right? I got my brand, and I'm specialized in custom suits. Right. But I started out t-shirts, sweatshirts, all the stuff like that, right? I still do it. But my thing is the suits. And it started out, my homie, he had a press machine in his house. Right. I had the group, he was like, yo, we can do group tees. You can do your group tees here with me. And he gave me a very cheap price. Shout out to Zelly, my nigga, East Baltimore, right? And once I started making them, and I was making them for myself. Right. And basically myself. I started making alpha male tees just for myself. Right. Long story short, it went from now somebody else had to make them for me on a bigger scale. Yeah. To, man, fuck that, I'm gonna buy my own. I make it myself.
Yeah.
I go there. I'm telling them how to do it, how I want it, this, that, and the third. Anyway, man, I can pull the lever down. So I end up getting it. I mean, end up getting my own. It's the same thing. So I understand that totally. Now, once I'm learning how to sew.
Yeah,
I'm learning how to sew right now. Like that's what
that's top notch right there. I want to do that myself. I actually want to be able to create my own apparel. Like right now, I'm pretty much a designer. I just put design. I'm a manufacturer. I'm a customizer. You know what I mean? I just I buy apparel and I put stuff on. You know what I mean? I make my own designs, the whole nine. But I want to actually make my own apparel. You know, it's crazy, man. My son, you give my son a roll of denim, he's gonna give you a pair of pants. It's crazy. Okay. I have no idea where he went to college, he went to design school, all that. Okay. But I have no idea where the interest, cause he never got with me with the business. I've always, you always pull your son, you know what I mean? Right. I play ball, I want you to play ball. I did, man, when I tell you, bro, it blew my brain. And so right now I'm just being patient with him, letting him do his thing, let him keep getting his feet wet. He took on the job, let him work, you know what I mean? And I'm like, this will always be here. I want you to get out here and get some experience because it wouldn't help you if I bring you inside here and you don't have no work experience. You don't even know how to run a company. At the end of the day, you need to be able to be underneath somebody that's going to manage you and boss you, and that way you can see what to and not to be as a boss for somebody else.
And he can learn that from you.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna teach him more better.
Yeah. But
especially
these are the things that feed into the whole. It ain't your fault if they don't listen. You know what I mean?
But look, you said you give him a piece of fabric and he makes some jeans.
Yeah.
Right? Ain't that what you said?
Yes, sir.
Y'all doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
Both in the clothing, right? So really, you should have. I could get you the fabric, but you get fabric. You know what I'm saying? And have your own. Your son got his section right next to where you pressing.
Right. See, that's the crazy part about it, man. The name of my store is At the Bag. At the Bag is Baltimore Asset Group. And when I first opened this store, man, my mindset was saying, we got so many people in this community alone that have their own brands. I'm just gonna open the door. You can have 4 feet worth of space, retail space. You got some workspace. If you make your own stuff, let's work it out. Let's make it happen. And like you said a little while ago, you can't wait for people. You know what I mean? Right. People say, yo, I'm gonna come check you out. You can't wait for people. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, bro, the steps that make things happen are the actual steps that make things happen. Those conversations, they actually can be hindrances because you'll be waiting, thinking that they actually gonna come one day. So I say, imagine me saying I'm still waiting for yo. Nah, now to fill this whole store up, man. My door opens up. So now that my door is swinging, now when you come in this door, you're gonna have to pay more money than when I was telling you just come and take retail space. Now you gotta pay because I got my door already opening. Right. You can't just come in here and just grab wall space no more. It was like that when I the door wasn't open. I never wanted you to promote my stuff. Just promote where to get your stuff. Right. I was offering people free retail space, bro. Even one brother, I gave him workspace, gave him desk, all that, man. Man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's like they say, your dream is your dream. It wasn't a conference call. Right. You know what I mean? What's for you is for you. So at the end of the day, and I don't hold no animosity towards anybody. I just look at it like this, man. Whenever you're ready, you'll give me a call. The circumstances may change between now and when you give me a call, but whenever you're ready, you'll give me a call. And that's when we'll determine, how we move forward from there. But I I would never look at anybody like, no, yo, you can't get in now. No, that ain't the way I work. That ain't the way I operate. I feel like all of us can work there. I feel like there's enough money out here for all of us. Right. But, you know, it's just, at the end of the day, don't see me struggle and then see things get a little lighter. Don't hear about the business from somebody that you didn't know knew me and then say, oh, well, yo, you know what? Oh, you still got some retail space and think it's going to be, you can just put your stuff in here and then we'll chop it up a little later. No, now we got to sign paperwork, bro. Now we got to make sure that it's business is business. And you know, I created this wholeheartedly, man. I created this sincerely from my heart. All my designs are my designs. I go and create these myself. I put out money, man. I'm well invested in this. You know what I mean? I'm too far invested to just let somebody just walk in and do what they want to do at this point. So, you know, you would hope that people can stand up and represent their work ethic well, but it's a lot of people that's just still, you know, they playing, man. You know, they surviving.
I don't even encourage the other people. I'm encouraging your son having that other half of the wall. Absolutely.
Because
when you told me that, you heard me say, I'm learning how to sew. So for you to be in fashion, and then you surprised that your son can make clothes. And you say you don't know where he got it from. He got it from you. He's following in your footsteps in his own way. Now, he ain't making no t-shirts. He putting this shit together. You be able to say, hey, I need 15 of these special shirts right here because I want to do this to it. And he can, okay.
Look, I put the order to him. I put an order for 5 hoodies. I put in an order for 5 hoodies. Once he ain't create that, I said, all right, I'm going to give you some space, man. I'm going to let you do what you do. You know what I mean? I can only encourage, like I say, it ain't my fault if you don't listen. It's just my fault if you didn't hear me. I put in the order. It's just certain things, you know, and coming up 16, 15, you getting orders, when, you know, turn 18, now you want to hang with your friends a little more. All right, I'm gonna let you live your life. Just understand that the longer you wait to put away, the harder it's going to get to be on top of yourself. You don't want to wait. And I done told you now, you don't want to wait till you're 35, 45 years old to start taking life serious. You got to get on top of that now. By the time you're 35, you should have your own house. Cause you know, you got people encouraging you in that manner right now. If you ain't had nobody encouraging you, I can understand. But you know, at the end of the day, man, believe you me, man, when that dude walk in here and he got his mind on, he ready to roll, trust me, ain't nothing, boy, it's gonna be like Jubilee, man. It's gonna be like a church service up in here.
and that would be great. You understand? Because
it's gonna be so dope for me, bro.
It's like I had a conversation with my brother. I'm gonna say about 10 years ago, right? And we both was out here doing our thing, you know. And I'm the big brother. I just brought him in and like, look, our love is genuine. It's we know what it is, right? How's we out here battling the world? We both pulling, doing our thing, and almost doing the same thing, and we ain't doing it together.
Right.
So that conversation sparked other conversations, other types of businesses started up, me and my brother, you know, things like we out here in Oklahoma, right? And,
got it.
And I'm saying that just to encourage, find a way to get to your young boy. Yeah, just find a way to get to him. Like,
right.
You got this space. Give them the same that you gave everybody else, but it's going to be sweeter because you'll be able to say, shit, nigga, all of this is yours.
All of it.
Come to shove, all of this is yours.
Wait until Wilson the brand come out. Well, you gonna be like, yo said he was gonna do that. Wait till Wilson the brand come out. It's gonna be Jubilee. Trust me, bro. Trust me. You know, again, man, this is all because we come from an upbringing that taught us to survive, and we come from an upbringing that, you know, we survived an upbringing that we taught ourselves. we feel like, you know, a lot of our survival, a lot of the things that we learned how to survive in the streets, we taught ourselves. We learned by being with the homies, and we learned by this and learned by that. And truth be told, we survived those streets based off the prayers of based off the prayers of our family. Right. And you know, at the end of the day, you can preserve yourself every day by just going home, going to work, and going home and going to work. You can preserve yourself every day. But if you don't give yourself room to grow by adding the third destination every here and there, then you're really preserving it. It's almost like, you know, what did you do with your talents? You know what I mean?
Stuck in the box.
Yeah. Yeah, like a lot of like Jesus, I still got these 2 talents you gave me. I ain't do nothing. Hey, I still got my 2 talents. You gotta get out here, man, and mingle it out. I hate the term no new friends. I feel like, you know, if none of my friends are admitted millionaires, if I go by the motto no new friends, that means I'm gonna never have a millionaire friend. Nah, I ain't with that. So, you know, I like to get out here and meet people. I like to get out here and mix it up with people. And, you know, I ain't no partier. I don't party too much, but I go out every so often just to get the brand out there in front of people's eyes, man. But, you know, we gotta continue to push, regardless of, you know, who is pushing, who's behind you and who's supporting you, who not supporting you, all that, man. Friends, all man. Listen, man. Put my shoes on, put my clothes on, put my little body oil or whatever on, man. I go out here and hit these streets and get seen. I tell people all the time, man, when I was just wearing my brand all by myself, I ain't never had a chick tell me I ain't trying to holler at you because you got on Duke, boy. Right. never not there once. You know what I mean? The man make the clothes. Clothes don't make the man. So if this is a brand that can raise the value of the way somebody think about themselves on them, that's my lane. I'm gonna stick with it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna stick with my lane. I don't do no skulls. I don't do no skeletons. I don't do no teddy bears, no guns, no marijuana plants. I do all positive images. I do all tech, and I do all positive, you know, messages. At the end of the day, man, that's my lane. It's a little harder because, you know, sex sells. Violence sells, you know, negativity sells, but nah, that's not my lane. It's not my lane. I choose to stay in my lane. I choose to stay positive. I choose to do things because I know that customer is out there. There's customers out there that want all of that, but you know, my customers out there too. My customer wants stuff that just the pride. My customers want stuff that's prideful,
that they can wear to the right side of the room at the company.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's major right there, bro. That's major right there. That's major. Imagine you going to the PTA class with a marijuana plant on your shirt.
Because we already know what it is. Now, hold up. Now, see, it's different out here because it's legalized and everything like that. You be surprised who'll come in there with the marijuana shirt on. It be them to come in there. You know what I'm saying? So not to the PTA meeting though. Yeah, man, they come over that. Man, look, the kids out here smoking at 13 and 12, like with mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about us. I ain't talking about us. So the things that we look down on, hey, but I get it. That's why I said I could wear that on the right side of the room. Because I know that look, the first impression. The first impression is the lasting impression. So if I walk up on there with a t-shirt where my man got 2 Glocks hanging out the, you know what I mean, out the side of, yeah, that's cool and it might look slick, but how they perceive me still matters. You say black, and that's what I be trying to tell people. Ask me when some people ask me, what would you do different? You always get that question, what would you do different in life?
Yeah.
Right. And I tell them now that I'll be 49 next month. I tell them that I stopped acting like a nigga a long time ago.
A long time ago.
It was, yeah, I made it a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, once you get in a business, you realize like you said, I can't be this way all day, every day.
Yeah.
And not make moves, not make real moves. You can't walk like that every day, all day, and make real moves. And the internet is killing this. Social media killing this because it gives a false reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's every day what it is every day, but people try to create what they want you to believe, and they living in that. We speaking on our community. Me, what I say is we doomed as a community right now.
Yeah.
We lost, like you said. They following the nephews. It ain't no rules, it ain't no ground rules, it ain't no, can't tell nobody nothing. We was the generation of, don't touch my child, you can't say shit, don't correct my child. For real. Yeah, man. That killed the village.
It's so crazy, yo. They tell us we can't touch their children, but their children are allowed to destroy our property. You know what I mean? They out here, man, terrorizing. Their children out here terrorizing the block, man. They don't even realize people live on that block. You know what I mean?
They don't even care. They don't even care who live on that block.
You know, one thing my kids' mom, man, I always tell Shorty, man, even though we don't always see eye to eye, you know, I had to tell Shorty, you know what I mean, I'm extremely proud that, you know, that you're my kid's mom. I'm extremely happy that you're my kid's mom because I'm from the hood, I'm from the block. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. You did. I could have easily created them in the hood and then had to raise them in the hood. But, you know, we happened to link up. We happened to we got married, you know, and all. You know, she's an ex-wife as well. But you never been a hood. You was never a hood. You know what I mean? My kids was born and raised out in the county. You know what I mean? And so she kept them out there. You know what I mean? And you know, even though that's no better, there's circumstances. They have better chances and circumstances. You know what I mean? I can't act like that's not a fact. You know what I mean? That's a real fact. So I'm really extremely proud of them because, you know, like you said, the internet keeps them all connected. So they still got to have the same attitude. They still got to have the same mentality. But at the end of the day, their circumstances and their chances are a lot greater. You know what I mean? And you know, that comes from being in environments where, you know what I mean, you got to go to the trouble. In this city, in the streets, in Baltimore, up here, right here on Park Heights, where I'm located at. Mm-hmm. Oh no, trouble come find your ass. Trouble will knock on your door.
You at Park Heights and Belvedere? Where you at on Park Heights?
Yes, sir. Park Heights and Belvedere, Park Heights and Rogers. This whole corridor. I lived on Haywood all my life.
All right, so
I just bought a house right here on Rogers and Rockville.
All right. So wait, you up there by the old Cinderella store?
I'm down the other end towards Rogers.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm right there. Cinderella's used to be. I'm sorry, used to be right around the corner, right up the street though. I'm on Park Heights.
Gotcha. I know where Park Heights is. I know where that's at.
Yeah.
I know where that's at.
Yeah, man. I've been right here all my life, man. All 47 of my years.
How long your store been open right there?
2 years.
Okay.
Let me grab a charger. Hold on real quick. Let me grab my charger.
Those black shorts tough right there. They look like the Nets.
Yeah, I've been around here all my life, man. Born and raised. Got my I don't know if you want to call it a badge or whatever, but spent my time on St. Charles and Belvedere. Okay. And left St. Charles and Belvedere to get a job after enough charges was banked up against me. After enough time, you know what I mean, enough charges, I said, okay, that's enough of that. And truth be told, never even needed that, man. Never even needed that life. Like you said,
right.
There wasn't no struggle going on in my household, man. I ain't had to help pay no bills or nothing. It was
You're
just
out there to create your own lane.
Yeah, that's pretty much all it was, bro. That's pretty much all it was, man.
That's what,
and wasted a whole lot of years, man. And the crazy part about it was I applaud myself because I never fell into needing to prove anything to anybody. Like I was never a name brand guy. You know what I mean? I would go up there, make money, and then go out with my homeboys from on my actual block and just buy all the drinks. That was my MO. I ain't need to bring no money in the house. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, at the end of the day, it wasn't about it wasn't even about stacking. It was just about having. It was just about having nothing.
Being able to live into the moment.
And just doing, it was just hanging out for real. It was hanging out. But I'm gonna say it was cool, but that's all it was cool. It wasn't like I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, my moms ain't need my money. You know what I'm saying? Life wasn't grand. We wasn't riding around in Mercedes and all that. Well, my dad did, but that's another whole story. But you know, again, having my father always in my life, not, you know, in the same household, but he was a beep away. Back then it was beepers. A beeper man, he'd be pulling up. You know what I'm saying? And having a mother that, you know what I'm saying, she worked. I watched her work all her life, just work. Now she retired and went to move down to Georgia, bought a brand new house in Georgia. Life is grand, man. That's the channel. You know what I'm saying? If your parents, you gotta see what's around you. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody got both their parents. I understand that. But you gotta have somebody that inspires you. You know what I'm saying? I to this day still have people. For example, John from Cashland. He's a mentor to me, whether he accepted or not. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk. I got his number, his personal number, all that stuff. We chop it up. He's giving me all kinds of advice. He's giving me some connects, stuff like that. And I told him, yo, you my mentor. Whether you like it or not, I make posts about him and everything. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have somebody that you can see and you can, you know, I would say admire. I mean, we grown, but somebody that you can see and you can take on as a mentor, or you can see, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's going in the direction that you would like to see yourself in.
Right.
Because these lanes out here, man, people creating their own lanes into destruction. This my lane. I smoke crack if I want to. What the fuck?
Because the mindset is, can't nobody say nothing to me, can't nobody do nothing to me. That's the mindset.
Exactly.
That's the mindset we got to change.
Man, manipulation is at an all-time high, man. People get mad at you for things they do to you. Manipulation is at an all-time high, bro. You know what I mean? People that are mad at me. There are people that are mad at me because they asked me to do stuff. I'll do it. They didn't connect and pay their way or pay or whatever. And they mad at me like, what the fuck I do? I did exactly what you asked me to do. Yeah, but you ain't, you know what, man? Sometimes, man, you gotta wash, like you say, you gotta wash your hands. Like I said, I don't treat nobody with no animosity. You're always welcome to come back. Just know that, you know what I'm saying, you're now on this side of the break.
Today's price.
Yeah. Exactly, yo. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make, bro. Yep. And so, you know, again, man, this whole thing, man, it's you know, it's entrepreneurship ain't easy, man. It ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? When you decided to step out on faith and get from underneath of having to punch a clock and all that, man, it has its benefits. I ain't complaining, but it has its challenges as well. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready for those challenges that come in your direction, or you're gonna be it's not for you. You know what I mean? It's gonna run you over. And I've seen a lot of people get ran over, but you know, personally for me, I'm gonna stand on it as long as I can. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, God has made sure I haven't missed no bills, I haven't missed no meals. I'm so humble at this point, bro. I don't even feel like if I was to break 7 figures, I don't even feel like I would buy a Porsche. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, man, I'm so humble right now. Today, I will be so responsible that, you know what I'm saying, it ain't about that no more. You know what I'm saying? I have no ambition to be on the radar. You know what I mean? I've been able to, I guess, in all the years of me not being on the radar, I guess I'm just used to that now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be known because I made 7 figures. Because I can buy a $350,000 necklace and all. Nah, man.
Nah, I just want you to like me for Duke Boy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm nah, man. So, you know, for me, that's king mentality though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's king mentality for me. Somebody else may feel like they're king if they're able to floss. They're able to cap, put all the, you know what I mean? Nah, it's a mentality though. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to control yourself, discipline yourself. You ain't got no discipline, man. You doomed. You doomed, bro. Man, discipline is the biggest factor right now that we're missing out here.
Those they black hooping shorts behind you, right?
Say again?
I said they black hooping shorts behind you, right?
You said FUBU?
Now black hooping shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tight right there. That's tight right there.
Get you a good picture.
Yeah.
So I put my little put my own logos on. Then I do the at the bag logo on the other side. Just a little something to keep, you know what I mean? Keep the people popping. But see, this is my thing right here, man. I like to make stuff just match it out. You know what I mean?
Right. So
when at the end of the day, you bring me some sneakers, you send me a hat, whatever the case may have, you anything I can do to match stuff up. When was the last time you seen a pair of Tretons, y'all?
Damn.
That's classic. I seen them, I was like, no, I got to get them. Oh my God. They classic. Yeah, but I try to stay, like I said, I try to stay in my own lane, man, and just, you know what I mean, wait for my customers, you know what I mean?
So tell the people, how can people find you? Where they find you at? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, what's your address? Where the store at?
All of it is Duke Boyz, DUKBOYZ. I think Instagram is DUK_BOYZ. Tavon Wilson on Facebook. But deem yourself king. DEEM, your is URSELF. Deem yourself. Hashtag, you can chase those hashtags on any social media. I'm on all of them. LinkedIn, Twitter, all of them. Deem yourself king. And once again, that's DEEMURSELF. Deem yourself. You can hashtag deem yourself. I'm on all social media.
Okay.
And I'm open. And look, I'm open to the conversation, as you can see. I don't mind talking.
No, that's a good thing. We need to have a lot of conversations like that. And normally it's crazy. I ain't bring nobody else up and things like that. But normally we're a different type of show, a different type of interview. You know what I mean? But this is good right here because there's 2 of us from home. I'm be more till I die. I came out here for business and opportunity.
Absolutely.
Been out here for 3 years, 2 years. It's 2022, so I've been out here since 2020. You know what I mean? And I still stay in touch with home. Shit, where I'm at, it ain't no crime. So my Citizens app still go off for everything going on at home. They got a Citizens app out here.
I see it all the time, yo.
Yeah, man.
It's happening. Everything is happening.
It's happening. So, but in order to save us, you know what I mean? These are the conversations. We need to touch bases with the community, with those guys.
Agreed.
And that's what I was going to ask you earlier when you said the group that you did with to get the kids jobs. Get those kids jobs. Get them out the street because they need.
Man, we chase them, man. Anytime we pull up, anytime we see them, we have conversations with those guys, man. A lot of them, like I say, they don't want to leave that freedom. It's freedom of structure. You know what I'm saying? Imagine imagine
no
if,
structure.
yeah, imagine if being a squeegee boy, you had to clock in at a certain time. Motherfuckers wouldn't be out there. You know what I'm saying? If imagine for me, if I want to go out there and sell my clothes, I gotta have a vendor license.
Right.
Imagine they had to have a license. They wouldn't be out there. You see what I'm saying?
That's what the city need to do.
You see what I'm saying? There's ways to attack it, but you know, if they attack it in that way, half the city gonna say they attacking them boys trying to make an honest dollar. Look, and then the other half gonna say, you know what I mean? Gonna have something. Everybody up in the city, nobody wants to get a solution.
That's not like I said, encouraging dumb shit. That's dumb
absolutely.
Shit. You know what I mean? Like planning traffic. I mean, I don't need my windows clean. I think this gonna happen. For that. I think this gonna happen. I keep putting this in the air. I'm hoping to catch it before it actually does. I think what's gonna wind up happening, man, is somebody gonna find a way to try to sue the city. Somebody's gonna find a way to try to sue the city because this is actually a form of negligence that the city has been allowing to go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, man, people's property is getting attacked. Not only just the people that's getting attacked, but some people are just moving on. Some people are just driving by and getting their car attacked. You know what I'm saying? Dents and scratches and cracked windows, all that stuff. Damage the property. That's what somebody need to do. Sue the city. But damage the property.
I feel like that's what's gonna wind up happening, yo. And that's what's gonna wind up having them to create a ban on it actually being done. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, but hey, at the end of the day, bro, come on, man. It's not even, I don't know, man. Some people are playing that those guys don't have no way to feed their family. Some of them trying to. Listen, man. Have you ever been told a lie? I mean, when people say that stuff, I be like, have you ever been told a lie? You know what a lie is?
Kids. Last kids feeding the family.
I know there's some real hardships out here, man. God is good. I'm a humble dude. Trust me. God is good. I know there's some real hardships out here, but not all them squeegee boys out there raising their sister and homeless. Man, some dudes got on Yeezys, man. Some dudes out there got on Yeezys, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I fed this city a lot of crap, yo. When I say the things that I do to give back, like every year I do back to school supplies, all that stuff, food giveaways. My first year in business back in 2015, when people was asking me for one of my shirts, and this is when I first started doing the stuff, people kept asking me that, and I kept saying, nah, yo, the only way I would sell it is if I would use the profits to pay for free bus trips for the kids in Baltimore City. And my first year in business, within the first 4 months of business, I sacrificed every dollar and paid for free bus trips for the kids in Baltimore City. Now, that was hands down, outside of the birth of my kids, my marriage, things like that. That was hands down one of my proudest moments of being in Baltimore, was being able to actually pay for a bus. I had people donating lunch meat. We made box lunches. We took kids to DC. Just get on the bus, man. Bring your family. Let's go. We ride to DC. We stopped at the White House and explained to the kids, as a kid, take a picture of yourself in front of the White House while the first black president is inside. Doesn't matter about the politics. It matters that you may not see another black president. So when you have kids and when you have grandkids and they read in history that there was a black president or the first black president, registered black president, you'll be able to say, yeah, I took a picture of the White House. I was there at the White House when he was there. And that's historic. That's a mark. So we took him to there. We took him to the site of the Million Man March, explained to him what the Million Man March was. Explained to him how over 1 million black people got together, no violence, no fighting, heard good word, you know what I mean? We took him to the King Memorial Park. We took him to the Lincoln Memorial. We took him to, I forget the name of the park, Dodge something park. Sat down, had lunch, let him play ball in the park, all that kind of stuff. And then we brought him back to Baltimore. I started a company called See More Than Be More. And See More Than Be More was my dream of, I wanted to take a bus trip. At least I wanted to try to do 2 to 3 a summer. I really want to go. I never even been to Philly to see the Liberty Bell. Well, I never even been to Philly to be able to run up the stairs and touch the Rocky statue. You know what I mean? Like, these are things that our kids don't get the opportunity. They don't do field trips no more in schools and stuff like that.
But you know what? That's crazy that you say that, right? Because growing up in B-More, we always knew that niggas don't get outside the zip code. All they know is inside the zip code.
Yeah.
So, my homies, when we was growing up, we had a thing called Know Your Baltimore. So
yeah,
we traveled. We went to every hood. We was everywhere, hooping football. We every hood, unauthorized cars everywhere.
Right,
everywhere,
right.
Just to get outside the hood. We ain't get a car and drive up and down the block all day. You understand what I'm saying? That ain't what we did. And then my thing was getting outside of Maryland and seeing the world.
Right.
Because the world is much bigger than the zip code that we live in. And that's what I teach. That's what I taught my son. By the time he was 15, he had already been up and down the East Coast.
Right.
You know, he had already been up and down. Now that I'm out here, he's been here. He hooping prep school. So he playing Midwest colleges and things like that. So playing this Midwest, he's seeing this.
Hey, bro, that traveling is life changing. Believe it or not, man. It's life changing, man.
Man, y'all can have it. I ain't never moving back. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. I'm born and bred. And they always say, if you can make it in B-More, you can make it anywhere else. Right? That's the slogan.
Yeah.
Man, you don't even understand how true that shit is. Man. There's so much opportunity. It's no red tape. I'm just gonna tell you the facts. It ain't no red tape.
Yeah.
These people got their shit designed. If you come like this with what you need, you get it. Right? Then
right.
Ain't no extra fees. Ain't no red tape. Right?
That's dope.
And I could give you stories. It's a reason why the second day I was here, I was like, I ain't going back. And I love it. I love home. You know,
amen.
Home is home, but it's just better living.
Yeah.
I ain't heard a gunshot in 2 years.
What?
And everybody got it on their hip though out here.
Right.
Imagine
that's
that.
crazy.
Imagine that. You know what I mean? So, and I mean, it ain't perfect everywhere, but I just think we from a different place. It's a different place. I mean, it's not, and I've been all over. I went to college in Philly. So
right.
I had a chance to touch the Liberty Bell. Right? I was there, right? Boyz II Men and all that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
it's life changing, man. My dad owned a motor coach bus company. So every weekend we was headed somewhere. Georgetown, Canada, south of the border, Atlantic City. We was every weekend we was on a bus. Hershey Park, you know what I mean? All these places that just gave you a vision of more than what it was in Baltimore. You know what I mean? And it's life changing, bro.
Bring them to Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street, I think, is going to be magnificent, yo. They going to create one in every city, right?
I don't know about that, but I just know I'm up here and we out here, and we're gonna do big things because they got. Let me see. We just had the festival. Drew Hill was out here on this for Juneteenth. They performed Juneteenth on Black Wall Street. So it's what's the word? Revitalizing. They bringing it back. Everything's organized. We got a banking and everything. That's what we have going on out there. Friends of the movement, black banking, business cards, credit union, stuff like that. Get with us, right?
That's gonna be magical, you know.
That's already up and popping, right? That's already up and popping. So let me see if I can pop that up real quick. But it's good to be out here. I was just saying, bring them to the roots. A lot of land out here. And that's what you want, right? I don't know. Can you see that? You can scan that.
Yeah.
Damn, I got it flipped. I forgot. I gotta flip that around. Shit, if you had a QR code, you can scan it right there. For real.
Yeah.
And you can really see it. You see what it is. I was just, if you do bus trips, and that's crazy because with what I got going on for next year, I wanted to give tours because the history out here is this was black land,
right?
Like, this was black land out here. So one of the biggest and first, you know, where we really made a stand. This is where we made our stand.
Right.
After slavery.
Right.
Our stomping grounds out here. Right. So just touching the energy from that history and being out here. And like I said, the opportunity. It's just more opportunity, bro.
I can only imagine, bro. Bro. I can only imagine that the environment, it feels different, it smells different, it breathes different. I can only imagine.
I moved my whole family out here. My wife, kids. We just had a baby boy. He the first Oklahomian. Grandbaby, he out here. He the first.
Yeah.
So and nobody want to go back.
Nice place to visit.
Nobody,
get in and get out.
And it's crazy because just last week I rolled through home. I mean, I was on the East Coast and I ain't even have a desire. I hit you this morning when I got home.
Right.
I had to go to Pennsylvania. I ain't even had the desire to even stop. I was like, man, I'm going back. I gotta get back home real quick. I gotta get back home.
Right.
Now I will be back. I'll be back and visit, but that's like you said, nice place to visit.
Yeah.
Place to visit.
It definitely has its qualities, man. I would never write Baltimore off. I just feel like, for me, I'm gonna walk away from it at a point where I'm leaving a mark. Whereas, you know, those that I have that are still here will have something that they can claim as well. My ties to Baltimore is just because there's been 47 years of being in Baltimore. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I know I took a lot away from this community. I know I added to a lot of the destruction of around here. And you know, I'm paying that back. I feel like I'm paying that back as I go. And you know, I don't feel like I owe nobody nothing, but I feel like it's for me. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if I can give back a little bit,
that's the
same percentage of what I added to the destruction of, then I feel a lot better about that.
that's the same MO that I had when I was home, right? That's what I was doing home. And trust me, we was home. The only thing different was opportunity now.
Yeah.
And we just had to step through the door.
Yeah.
That's all it was. And that's what I would tell our people, if I could tell them, like, you never know when opportunity will knock, but whenever it knocks, you just gotta, that's when your faith and everything come into play. That's when you gotta walk through and step through the door.
No doubt.
That's when making you a man going, you understand what I'm saying? Because everything ain't gonna be peach.
That's true.
It ain't gonna be pitch, but you still got to be the king. It don't make you still got to make shit happen. You still got to make it pop.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I would tell our kids and our youth at home, you know what I mean, don't be afraid to step out. Don't be afraid to get outside the norm, your comfort zone. You know what I mean? Go out there. We got enough. That's saying if you can make it in Bmore, you can make it anywhere. We got enough survival. Put on that shoe. Step out. Step to the right side of the room.
Yeah.
I mean, step to the right side of the room. Because that's where the deal, that's where the move's at. That's where the move's being made.
Man. I've presented that scenario, man, to, I can't even count, man. I can't even come up with a hypothetical number of how many young people I have presented that to, but it's my go-to because we have to understand that we can't, nothing in life is one way. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna come across, you know, and there's so much white crime and stuff out there, man. There's so many bad white people out there. I don't deny that. I don't deny that at all. But it's not about the color of anybody that comes to your success. It's about how you are able to present yourself to anybody of any color. Because, you know, the challenges that you're going to face in life, believe it or not, you're going to have more challenge with people of your same skin color.
Right.
Then you're going to have more opportunities with people whose skin color don't look like you. It's unfortunate. Right. But if you can't navigate that room, if you can't navigate that company picnic, your ass is doomed, man.
And look, I know exactly what you're saying when you said you told so many, right? Because I'm gonna give away free game right here. MWE, Maryland Workforce Exchange.
Yeah.
I went there, got my CDLs for $90. Had to go there, went through that little system, that little program or whatever, end up going to school. They paid for it, right? $90. Once school started, I had my CDLs in 15 days, right? I told everybody. Niggas talking about, yeah, I'm gonna get my CDLs. All right, yo, look, this what you got. Get it. $90.
Yeah.
Out of the 150 people that I told, 1,000 people that I told this there was.
Great.
Only one person actually went and did it. Some did go pay the $6,000 and get it their way.
Yeah.
Right? Because some did. But all they had to do was go to MWE, Maryland Workforce Exchange, state, get money to teach you trades. Every job in the state, they had it on their board.
Right.
They train you in no matter what department. It had to be CDLs. It could be anything. It's still there today. MWE. If anybody like it, Maryland Workforce Exchange. Right? They pay to get you up to speed. So when you go there, just to run it down, they test you. Let me tell you a story. I was working at Saul Kirkman, right? Kids with lead paint poison. We get them that money. Right? All right, so they bought the Equitable building directly across from the poorhouse, right? So they bought our building. Boss starting a company elsewhere, but they're going paperless now. He laid off half the office, right? I was comfortable than a motherfucker, right? So I'm on my way, take my son to school. My brother called me. Said, yo, mommy said you got laid off. What you gonna do? I said, shit, put my resume in. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do right now. This next day, my mind, this shit ain't. I just walked into work and the nigga laid the half the office off. I ain't thinking about nothing. He said, nah, come out here and fuck with me with the trucks. You know what I mean? I made 100,000 last year, over 100,000 last year. Come out here. I said, man, I got bills. Ain't nobody going to pay for no school right now. Nigga, I don't even know my next check come in. He said, nah, where you at? I said, I'm dropping a tray off. He said, go right there. Go to the Maryland Workforce Estate Building. It's right there where the old BCC is on Liberty Road. Behind there used to be, I forgot the name of that club. There's something else. Had a crab house right there. Papa John's. A little soul food. The shopping center. Top Liberty Road. Whatever. So I go in there. He said, go in there, just fill out the shit. Just go do whatever. Anything they tell you, just do it. They're going to pay for your school, man. That's what he said. I said, what? He said, yo, they're going to pay for it. Just don't ask about no money. Just go in there and just do what you got to do. They're going to pay for it. Went through that. They paid for it. I had to, when you go in, you fill out what you want to do. They test you. They tell you what they think you can do. They help you build a resume and all that shit like that. Yeah, man. And I was like, I'm stuck on trucks. My uncle got trucks. He said, help me get a truck. So I came here. I knew what I was coming to do. Right. They sent me home, told me, okay, find the school you're gonna go to with a book.
Right.
Go through there. And I found the one in Maryland that was 15 days. Right. They had every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They had the weekly joint. I found it. I was like, shit, that tests well. So, all right, I do that shit 15 days. Went there, told her, hey, I want to take this class. Wrote the check, put it in an envelope. Take this to Mr. John at Anne Arundel Community College. And then I walked out there. Hey, they really paid this $5,000 check. Like, damn.
What?
I called my brother, was like, yeah, nigga, that shit worked. He said, nigga, that's how I got mine. What you talking about? I know it worked. Now, I tell people this, it only cost me $90. And that's how much it costs to pay for your permit.
Right.
You have your permit. You got to go get your CDL permit on your own. I mean, once you're there, within that program, you don't have to take it in 15 days. You can do however your schedule is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mine, I had just got laid off. I needed my shit right there and there. And that was the union that started. Me and my brother started a trucking company. I went and got my shit. And it was like, he had a job where I was supposed to go work at.
Right.
And we just talked. It was like, man, let's get out truck. Fuck that. That's what we just went from there. You know what I mean? So that was that club. But MWE, they do computers. See, I'm a felon, so I couldn't do computers and all that the security clearance, all the stuff but they do all of that.
But it's crazy, yo, because there's people out here that just destroyed their opportunities after they turned 18. Like, yo, I've been telling, man, I had to take a little BB gun from kid that I, pretty much raised, man. I said, yo, why don't you just wait 2 years? Why you walking around with a BB gun? I had to take the gun. Like, yo, what are you doing? Like, yo, you do realize in another 2 years you'll have opportunity to get a real gun. Why you walking around with this crap? Like, yo,
that was his protection.
Like you say, man, people are just, man. I'm so disappointed in so many people, but the opportunities are out here, yo. Imagine that whole story you just told me, man. Imagine how many of them squeegee workers could be taking advantage of that. I done told you they over 18. The majority of them over 18.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying
There's
to tell you.
opportunities out here, bro. It's just people don't want structure. People don't want to have a standard that they have to live to.
They want the handout.
Man,
They want the handout.
I'm over it, bro. I've been working since I was 13. When I was 13, I got my first job at Fuddruckers when it was down at the harbor. When I was 13, wasn't supposed to have been working. I don't know how I got in. I don't know how they accepted me. But I damn sure worked a whole year and a half at Fuddruckers. I bought my own skids. When skids was out the pan, the plant
cross colors.
And cross colors and Project Nights. I bought my own stuff for my first first ninth grade year at City High School.
That was Guess and Fubu.
All of that. You know what I'm saying? I bought all of that for myself on my ninth grade year. You know what I mean?
So you went to City.
Yeah, I went to City ninth grade. Then I transferred to Woodlawn for 10th, 11th, and graduated from Woodlawn.
Okay, all right. So I went to Pilot. So you graduated from Woodlawn. My cousin Furrow went to Woodlawn.
Cousin who?
Furrow.
Sounds familiar. You know what year he came? I came out in '93.
Somewhere around there. I don't know.
Sounds familiar.
Matter of fact, he was up there with Keon Carpenter.
Well, who?
Keon Carpenter.
Yeah. Keon came out in '94.
All right, so yeah, they was up. So Furrow was up there.
Okay. Yeah, I probably know. We probably know each other in passing or something. You know what I mean? The Warrior Nation stick tight. But they stick tight. Now, don't nobody stick tight like City. City alumni is nuts. Poly is dope. I ain't gonna take nothing from Poly. But City,
they'll do.
Well,
we do it together with the at the homecoming, but they got it from what we do though. What we do is that black class, how we've been sticking together, and then we do it with City. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. But it's something about they hold it down. I got a lot of homies and compadres and stuff from over on the Black and Orange.
Man, that Black and Orange go hard, bro. Black and Orange go hard, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Blue and Orange go hard too, though.
Hey, listen,
that blue and orange go hard.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. When the pandemic started, I made so much money off of masks. I was making customized masks. Yo, when I tell you, City, man, them jokers wasn't playing, yo. Them jokers, yo, they was hitting me so much. I was a manager at Walmart. They was hitting me so much. I was going to work like, yo, y'all not gonna get on my nerves today. I'm okay. Yo, they was hitting me so much, bro. I was like, oh my God. They are actually, I don't want to give it too much prop, but they were a major part of me deciding that it was okay to just step out. Because I had a nest egg to invest in, to buy my equipment, to put a couple of months down on the rent. But they literally, they came in like that. They was hitting me up crazy.
They support you, and I guess because you went to City, so you know people there, so they support you.
I did one for one person. She posted it on her page,
and everybody.
And I mean, like the next day, bro, I couldn't. Bro, I was amazed.
And we just all over there making. And look, we just all over there making our shit.
I should have made more polymaths and started making posts like, yo, y'all letting City outdo y'all. Trying to play the cards.
They over there, we making it. They making our own. City out there outsourcing it. Right. We bought our machines.
Yo, that I'm gonna tell you, man, the pandemic was a blessing and a curse, man. It definitely gave me the confidence to step on my own 2 feet, man, and to go ahead and push myself, because I was really done. I was done with the job for real, right. But I don't do nothing half-assed. So I was still giving 110%, and I felt like it wasn't being appreciated. And at the end of the day, it was more headache than it was, you know what I'm saying? Like the paychecks was phenomenal. The money is dope. I don't have nothing bad to say about the company itself, but the people who were in charge of me, I feel like I quit them. And not that I bossed up and went in there and just threw my uniforms at them or whatever, but I just felt like it was okay for me to walk away. And I was like, man, screw it, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing. I don't have time to allow nobody to hold me stifling.
Right.
So yeah, once I opened this up, man, the pandemic kicked off, and I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And those mass orders started coming in. Yeah, man. I went to work. I was like, man, y'all not gonna get on my nerves. No, y'all not gonna listen. I'm gonna give you 110%. I don't have 120. I'm giving you 110, and I'm praying that that's gonna be okay for you.
And let's be honest, you only got 100%.
Yeah, you dig what I mean?
Can't get no more. Can't get no more. It's only 100.
They was and you know when you, but you gotta give. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, I've heard that you can't just stipend yourself. So I always feel like this. It's the people that only reach for good enough that never reaches good enough, because there's no such thing as good enough. And so it's the people that reach for good enough, and they be the first ones to say, see, it ain't never good enough. You can't reach for good enough. You gotta go, you gotta reach for above and beyond. You gotta reach for that. And I guarantee you, that will get you to at least what's good enough. But if you only reaching for good enough,
right?
Nah, you ain't going. There's no such thing. There's no such thing, man. Those are the ones that literally fail every time, because you only try to do good enough. You ain't even try to do good.
You said you gotta set the bar high.
Yeah.
Set the bar extremely high.
That's work ethic, man. Like I said, man, the one thing you cannot fake is work ethic, man. You can try it all day long, man. You'll just be tolerated until it's time for you to go. But work ethic is something that you cannot fake. You cannot just you'll get away with it for a little while, but you'll eventually be seen for exactly what you're bringing forth to the table. And I try to bring forth, man. You know, I try to outshine, because black men are known for being lazy. And I try to separate myself from any stereotypes that plagues us. I ain't gonna let a stereotype stop me. That's crazy. That's crazy. I bet you I can disprove a stereotype before I just settle with just being the average one of them. Nah, I ain't gonna be one of them. Hell no. I ain't got that in me. No, sir. But yeah, man, this was great dialogue, man. I hope this won't be my last opportunity.
Nah, looks, because I need those black shorts, so we gotta link up. I need those black shorts, because I do. I only wear me, so I got what you said, but I do wear, like, I got on Cash Last shorts now, so it's funny that you said that. I mean, because I do support, my people. You know what I mean? So I support my people. I want y'all to call me when y'all need a suit. I got all your wool, your cashmere, your linen, whatever it is, custom. I do, and it's funny that you say, because when I was making t-shirts, and when I make t-shirts, I do the same thing. People bring me their sneakers, you know what I mean? Yeah. Tennis shoes, and I match it up. I do the colors and the alpha male tee. I got a nice logo coming. I'm waiting for it, because I want to put it on the NFTs and shit like that. But my man Mikey Williamson, he just drew some shit up for me. You know what I mean? And I had to find something so I can be on the right side of the room.
Right, right.
As far as t-shirts, sweatsuits, and things like that, I'm taking the sweatsuit game to a whole nother level, right? And but this definitely great dialogue. We got to figure out if you can get those guys that message, MWE. They just type in MarylandWorkforceExchange.com. They can go there. They can get all the training, whatever. They ain't got no record. It'll be so smooth because they'll teach them anything. Well, they got to pass the basic skills test.
Right.
But, I mean, besides that,
man,
the sky's the limit. So it's programs and things out there for them. And that's what I've been wanting to tell people.
Bro. Yeah, there's so many opportunities. And any of those skill tests and stuff like that, man. I mean, a lot of these guys are just coming out of high school. They may still actually be able to remember that stuff. If not, man, get yourself a textbook. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, man, you got to be the teacher of your household, because all the stuff that especially if your kid didn't go straight to college.
Right.
It's so much mush being pushed into our brains, our kids' brains, man, that oversees any of that that education. You know what I mean? Like right now, somebody put an algebra problem in front of me, man. I'll be looking at that joint for about 2 hours, and I would have to Google it. We ain't have Google back then.
Right. We had calculators, especially the way that they doing the math and stuff in schools today.
Right.
But, they even teaching a different method of how to get to the sum.
Man. And then they want you to show the work.
Well, I'm good with showing the work the way that I'm good with showing the work the way we was taught to show the work.
The way we was taught, right? That's what I'm saying. This new way, they want you to show the new way. They want you to show the work. Crazy as I don't know what.
I can't do that. But look, my brother, it was great talking to you.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be in touch. I'm gonna send you my size, and you just hit me the number.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I ship them out to you. That way you ain't gotta wait till you get here.
And right. Yeah, that's what I'm all with the shipping game. Matter of fact, you got a website or something so people can see what's in your store?
It's atthebag.com. And it definitely needs to be updated. A lot of my newer stuff is not on there as of yet. It's still a one-man band, but I'll be loading up stuff within this week right now. I got so much new stuff, man, I got to get put out there. My new thing now is we're dealing with society, and we just got to realize, man, that everything's not Gucci.
Right.
Everything's not Gucci. You know what I mean? Right. People got to understand, man, that's this my new thing right here, man. Everything's not Gucci. And it's not even about the brand Gucci. It's just about the term Gucci. We just not Gucci out here right now. We're not good. Shit's not good out here right now, man. And we out here.
We gotta get it.
We out here just flaming and capping and everything for the cameras, man. And we ain't putting nothing forward towards our futures, man. Our futures, our kids, man. We ain't putting nothing towards them, man. We're gonna have a hell of a lot of Gucci sneakers and polos
and no substance. No substance.
It drives me nuts, man. When Jay-Z said, "We know the price of everything, but the value of nothing." You know what I mean? That's a hell of a statement to make, but it's absolutely so true, man. You got to realize that back in the day, the days of Dapper Dan, and the days of customized, like for yourself, a customized suit. Come on, man. So, you don't get customized suits for off the rack prices, man. Customized. Right. That's you. Right. That's only you. Only you can fit that. Can't nobody even steal it because it won't even fit. It only fits you. It's customized.
And that's what we offer over here with our customized tailoring. So
that's what I'm saying.
If I make you a jacket, can't nobody else wear it.
Man, when I tell you, man, I had to literally come. I had to make a label called that said "Custom Made Costs More." Let people understand, man. We got out of that rhythm. Now we think because it's custom made, it's supposed to be cheaper. No, custom made costs more.
Costs you more.
Custom made costs more. If I got a whole store full of clothes in here, you need something specifically for you. Oh, custom made costs more.
Right.
Otherwise, grab something on the rack.
Right.
You put me to work, okay, I'm gonna work. I don't have a problem with working, but you gotta pay for that. That's what that custom made costs more. I had to make a shirt that literally said custom made costs more, man. It's crazy. It sold real good. Right. But they don't want to pay for custom made clothes. I said it's crazy, man. But yeah, man, salute you, brother. Salute what you're doing, man. I definitely, I'm really proud, really happy. I'm really, man, just these type of platforms, man. People got to realize there's power in this, man, and you know, us being able to get on these platforms and talk about our business, us being able to use these platforms to give people exposure.
Right.
We all
that's what I want
need.
to do. That's what,
you know what
and that's my angle, just to give a platform for everybody to show. And look, this is what we got going on. This is what we get. This is what it is. Not even so much for my brand myself. Yeah, I get interviewed and things like that, but for us, because
absolutely,
I'm like you. I used to. I grew up liking Gucci and Versace and all that, yes, and everything. But it clicked in me one day. I've been said, I don't need that. I don't need that to pull a chick. You know what I mean? So if I don't need it to pull a chick, what I need it for? I don't need to stick up boys on me. I don't need police on me. I like being off the radar. So I understand just what you said.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I'm okay with being off the radar, bro. That's one thing about me. I'm gonna stick to that. That's my lane. That's my lane, man. You'll see me. I'll stand out when you look at me, but I ain't, you know what I mean? I don't gotta decorate myself to do so. You know what I mean?
Right. So that's what's up. We go, it's a perfect show. I don't even have to do anything this week. I don't have to add nobody else here. It was a great conversation. I appreciate you, Tavon, for coming up here. Yeah, I mean, much love and respect to you, brother. I'm definitely going to be getting something. People should make sure y'all hit him up at thebag.com. Yeah, I mean, he Tavon Wilson on Facebook. I know that for daggone sure. And,
yes, sir.
Yeah,
tell the wife and kids I honor and salute them, man, and their king, man. I appreciate the things that their king is doing for the world, man.
That's what I appreciate. We appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you. I'm gonna be talking to you soon, and thank you for coming. All right.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. That's what it is. So look, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get up out here. That was a great chop it up, a great talk with the brother Tavon Wilson, straight out of Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, man. And I appreciate everybody everybody that's here today, that liked and commented. Brother Damien, I saw you, homie. I saw your comment late, but I seen that's what it is. And see y'all Sunday at the cookout. All my Oklahomians, we there Sunday at the park. Come get burgers, some hot dogs, whatever. Bring your beverage, bring your smoke, put it in there. We're gonna kick it and party and get ready pre-game for the adult prom, October the 15th, the adult prom at the Sheraton downtown Oklahoma City. That's what it is. We're gonna ride on down to 25th and up, straight out of Oklahoma City. See y'all guys next week, same time, 5:45 Central Time. I'm out of here.
Out in that under outfit, looking all bad, looking real thick. Got you twirling those curls, really want it. Come and let me give it to you. Bitch, you good on the road, nice, but I'm too focused. I'm the side nigga and I know it. Now you texting me, you're pretty, gonna be joking. If it's my baby, I take care of that. Women run the game and I'm aware of that. I know I put you good on that night. Twerking the fuck up my life. That ain't my baby. You thought I was slipping, but this pimping, that ain't my baby. When we slid in them covers, I threw on that rubber. That ain't my baby. Nah, pull out and we're too strong. What do you take me for? You think I'm crazy, but that ain't my baby. It was just some late night sex. Tryna be a lifetime stress. I was strapped with the latex. I think I need a DNA test. You were just a late night sex. Tryna be a lifetime stress. Strapped up with the latex. I just got my DNA test, girl. That ain't my baby. You thought I was slipping, but this pimping, that ain't my baby. When we slid in them covers, I threw on that rubber. That ain't my baby. Pull out and we're too strong. What do you take me before. You think I'm crazy, but that ain't my baby.